Hi, everyone. Welcome to Foundations of Education here at Sitting Bull College over this summer session. I'm going to go through the course a little bit here, talk about some expectations, go through the syllabus, and then go through my SBC and where things are located. Right now, here I'm on the coursework page. Um, when you log in, you will that's not it. Right here, overview. Sorry. Overview. This is what you'll see when you log in, right, to my SBC and click on your foundations course. Okay. Um, so all these tabs here on the left, I don't use all of them, but I'm going to go through them here to kind of share and show you where places and things are located. The first one being the syllabus. Okay, so you click on the syllabus tab, and eventually here you will see syllabus is in there, ready to go. So click on that, and I'm going to review that with you, but it's important that you look through that, gather some general information about the course. That'll help guide you a little bit in the course, but my SBC is going to be a big place uh, for you to gather information in terms of assignments and information there as well. So there's some general information here that is pretty standard, right, in all of our courses. You know the title of the course, you know me as the instructor. Office hours. So I don't have any, this is an online course. I won't physically be on campus in Fort Yates every day, but you can contact me through my work phone, which is my office. Right. If you leave a voicemail there, it will go directly to my email, and I will get it. You can call me or text me on my cell phone, which is right here. And then you can also email me. Okay? So I will be up in my office random days doing variety of work stuff. But if you need to meet with me, let's just make an appointment, right? Call me, text me, email me, say, hey, I need to meet, I need help, I have questions, et cetera, et cetera. And we can get that done. Okay. It's a 3 credit course. We do have standards that we work through. So we are guided as a teacher ed program by something called CAPE standards. And then within those standards are these in-task standards. So the in-task standards are important for us because it helps us assess how we are doing with our program and also assess you as students and how you are progressing through our program as well. So in-task standard 2 is about learning differences, and in-task standard 6 is about assessment. So those are two of the standards that we work through here in this Foundations of Education course. Okay. It's an online course, so there's no specific meeting time. Our course textbook is a Foundations of American Education book, 17th edition. It is in the bookstore if you need it. It can be found electronically as well, that you can purchase online through like Pearson, for example, if you do not want to purchase it through the bookstore. But there's a hard copy of the book in the bookstore as well. Okay. It's a little bit of an older book, so I don't expect you to read it word for word, front and back to cover, but we will use it for a resource. We'll cover all the chapters, but be more of a little bit of a review for the chapters. I will pull in some extra information or some other sources for us to use throughout this foundations course in looking at not just the American education, but how it has affect how foundations of education or American education has affected Native American education communities, as well as looking at the education system, as it says in the course description here of the Oceti-Sakowin communities. So course description here, course introduces the prospective teacher to the historical, social, and philosophical foundations of the American education system, as well as the Oceti-Sakowin education system. Um, so here's a little bit of a kicker in terms of this course over the summer. In addition to class time spent on campus, students are required to spend 30 hours of observation participation in area classrooms. Special emphasis will be given regarding how this topic impacts Native American students. So 30 hours, we have 6 weeks of this course. Okay? So 30 hours of observation and participation I know can be tough or may be tough during this this 6 week course, especially not all schools have summer schools, but I know that some do, right? So I'm working as well to get a simulation or a sim school component going. But as we get into the assignments and the coursework, we will have to figure out very quickly in the next couple days if you would like to do observations at a school in the area that has summer school, or if you'd want to do the sim school observation participation component. So we'll get to that in a minute, but just keep that in mind here. Right. So as we go down, we have our course objectives, program, institutional outcomes, objectives, etc. So these 7 things here that we're looking at that hopefully you will retain from this course in terms of what are educators' responsibilities within the teaching profession? What are the goals that we have as educators? And then reflect on how they influence our teaching behavior, provide students with the opportunity or provide you guys to develop and reflect on your personal philosophy of education, examine the historical development of the American public education systems, the influences that have shaped public school curriculum, assess current information on best practices in the classroom, and examine concepts of constructivism and how it applies to classroom activities and assessments. Okay, so those are the big, I guess, more important objectives or outcomes that we're looking at. The program outcomes are ones that we have for all of our programs here. And so looking at formal and informal assessment strategies and also be a reflective thinker in looking at and reflecting upon your choices, your actions, and how you can seek opportunities to serve the community and grow professionally. Okay. Um, so multiple things as we go through here in the rest of the syllabus, cultural relevancy activity. So exploring your own knowledge and expertise as it applies to our framework of Lakota values, generosity, wisdom, bravery, fortitude, and how you can incorporate that into some of our assignments that we have through this summer session. Technology components, an online course, so there's going to be a lot of maybe technology used, right? So even though we're not meeting weekly, I will send out videos for you to take a look at. You're doing some research online. You're going to do some presentations where you're going to have to record yourself and share that. So multiple things and potentially sim school. So there's lots of options for you to engage with technology. If you are a current student of ours in our bachelor's program, you will have to work on your portfolio, or remember that you can use assignments from this class for your portfolio, which is a presentation of information and best practices that you will complete at the end of your bachelor's program. Attendance. This is an online course, but we still have to do attendance here with this course because of students with financial aid and other components. So, how are you counted present for an online course? So, a couple different things that you can do. So, attendance is determined by your engagement in MySBC. Turn in an assignment, log in and spend time on MySBC. I can go in and check to see how long students have been engaged or logged in, the last day that they logged in, all these different components. So I can see if you're spending time in my SBC working on things, or communicate with me as the instructor. Okay. Something comes up. You have a ceremony to go to and you won't be online for 4 days or something like that. A sickness, emergency, whatever it is. Um, if you can communicate with that me, I know that you will or have been engaged and kind of know what's going on. I don't need to know personal details and information, but communication is important. If I don't hear anything for 4 or 5, 6 days from you, then I am just assuming that you kind of have dropped off or you're not really engaged in what's happening. So communication is important, especially during the summer session being very short and limited time. You please have to let me know if something has happened or if you're not going to be engaged for a period of time. With that said, as we get to the coursework, you'll see that coursework is open. So if you need to work ahead, if you know that you have, example, a ceremony coming up, you're going to be gone for 4 or 5 days, you can work ahead on coursework to be ahead of the game on that. So, um, okay, class will not be canceled because this is an online class. We'll try to do a variety of things online, kind of limit some stuff, but you'll have written assignments, right? You'll have written reviews or review. I call them, they can be quizzes, but each chapter will have a review with some questions on it. There will be class discussions each week on discussion board, so it's important that you engage with that. Um, there may be some case studies and videos. I did cut back on some stuff because of the 30 hours required for observation and and practicum experience for that. So I did cut back on a few of those videos and case studies for that. Things are fluid a little bit as well. So I do have some assignments that we'll be adding here in the next few days that are not on there yet, but I wanted to make sure to get this out to you so you had an idea what's going on since today is the first day of class. Permissive use of AI is important. You may use AI to help as a resource to help you work on assignments. Okay. That doesn't mean that you can just ask AI to complete this paper for you and then you can copy and paste it in there. Um, AI work is not original work. It's not your thoughts. Okay? You can use it to help generate thoughts, to generate ideas, etc. And if you do use some components of AI, you need to reference that correctly. Okay. Same way as if you would find information from a book and put it into a paper or an article or whatever you're doing, you have to reference it and cite it correctly. Okay? If you do not, that's considered plagiarism. Okay. And that's a violation of our academic integrity policy. I will be checking work for AI. For example, we use a program called Turnitin that has an AI detector in it. So if I determine that there's a high percentage of AI in an assignment, I will reach out to you on that and we will have a conversation about that. Okay, so just be aware. I'm okay with you using it as a resource, as a reference, or as a tool, but you can't just do everything with it and then turn it in. Okay, this is a tentative outline of our semester. Okay, so today, the week of May 21st, is a short week. Okay. Um, Again, tentative outline. Everything on my SBC is going to be more concrete and in depth, okay, in terms of due dates, all those components, okay. Each week will start Monday at 12 a.m. and end on Sunday at 11:59 p.m., okay. And as we go through the coursework, I'll explain a little bit more, but we're going to go through all 13 chapters, again, not page by page, word by word, but it'll be an opportunity for you to skim through some of these components. Okay, so again, this is a generalized outline of the semester, and I'm going to get into more details with that as we get into my SBC. Okay? So as you can see here, last thing, equal opportunity provider. We do not discriminate based on any of these um, components here, right? In terms of as you as a student, or even if you would want to be an employee. If you are a student that has a documented disability, okay, you can reach out to the disabilities coordinator, which is me actually, for accommodations, and I can help you with that process. Okay. So yes, anything that might cause you to struggle in school, and accommodations would be things like extended time on tests, or maybe you have some vision issues and you need large print or whatever it might be. We can help you with that. Okay, but you got to reach out to me and let me know. Okay, that's the syllabus. Um, right there for you to review if you need to, which you will, as I show you here in a little bit. So attendance, I won't use. Chat, I won't use. Course calendar, you can look at that and you'll see due things that are due. Course information is just a little bit about our course. News and announcements. Actually, I'll just go coursework. Okay, so coursework is the main component here of what I use. Okay, so everything I have broken down into weeks. Okay, week one starts today and it runs through Sunday at midnight. All right, so 3 assignments for this week, okay, for you to take a look at. There's an introduction discussion, a practicum hours location, and a syllabus quiz. Okay, you will see here everything is due Mondays at 8 a.m. Okay, so even though Sunday at midnight, the course or the week is over, I keep assignments open until 8 a.m. on that Monday. So anybody that wants to work late into Sunday night has the opportunity to do that and turn in assignments. Okay. I do not, during summer, do not accept late work after the due date. Okay? It's important that you keep on track with this. If things come up, if there's circumstances that come up, then and you can't turn something in on time, reach out to me and we'll take it on a case by case basis, right? But I will not allow us to, or you guys to wait until the very end of the semester and turn in all the assignments and expect good feedback and the opportunity to get things graded and done on time with that. So you got to communicate with me if there's something that comes up or happens. Okay. So you can see week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And they're all open. Okay, all the assignments are open for you to complete. This week one, since we're starting on a Wednesday, is a little bit lighter. Okay, but you can work ahead, right? So as you can see here, there's about 3 chapters each week that we need to cover. Okay. So, introduction discussion, practicum hours location, and syllabus quiz. Pretty simple. You pop on this quiz, you have open it up, you use the syllabus to answer the questions so that I'm making sure that you're reading through it and taking a look at it. Okay. Practicum hours location. Where would you want to do your observation, your practicum hours? Okay. Um, do you want to go to a school and do it and take care of it that way? If you do, you have to let me know so we can connect with that school and make sure that you are able to do that. I've been checking, and I only know right now have gotten the responses back from one school. I know Wakpala is having summer school starting next week for half days approximately. So. So there's opportunity there if we can connect with their principals and make sure that it's okay. And I know there are other ones, but I just have not gotten or received feedback yet, as I just reached out to them yesterday on that. So all you have to do by Monday morning at 8 a.m. is let me know where we want to do those hours. And again, if you want to do a virtual one, like they call it a sim school, you can do it right on your computer. We can get that set up as well. And then introduction discussion. So each week we have discussions. Okay? And I'll show you those where those are here in a second. The other thing I want to point out to you is that I will also have the PowerPoints for each chapter uploaded here. So you can check on those and review those. Each week I will do a video about the assignments and some materials and information for that week. I will post them here as well as email them to you. But as you see here, there's reviews for each chapter. I don't call them quizzes because it's an open book review. Okay, use your book, use the PowerPoints, use what you need to do to review the chapters. And all of these are essay questions. Okay, so there's not a whole lot of them, but there's some that go in. You have to go into detail a little bit with your answers. Okay, so as you click on these, use your book. It's just a way for me to make sure that you're reviewing that information from the chapters. Okay. So if we take a look at the discussion posts, again, you can see all the dates are done here and open, ready for you to go. So the discussion forum. There are multiple discussion forums for us to take a look at here, right? So introduction discussion, this is your first one, okay? So pop in on there, right? Click on it, take a few moments to introduce yourself to the rest of the course. We have students in here, some in our teacher ed program, some not, some doing some taking it for a variety of reasons. So we have a mixture of people here this summer that we may not be familiar with. Okay, so I want us to introduce ourselves a little bit to each other in this course. I will do the same thing as well. So for those of you who have not had me before as an instructor, you know a little bit about me. Okay, so pretty simple. Add a post on there. You are not required this week to respond to anybody, but you surely can if you want it to be able to do that. Other weeks will be required to respond. Okay, so on these discussions, right, it's important that you post early enough, right, so that people can respond to them in a timely manner. Okay, so you will see when we're in the assignment area, right, that you'll have some dates within the week to respond. Okay, so there's a few there's at least one each week, and then there's a couple of them that couple weeks where there's two discussion posts, maybe the last one. I can't remember for sure off the top of my head, but it's important that you engage in these discussion posts because this is our way of kind of connecting and communicating with each other in class discussion, an online environment. Okay, so please make sure you're on top of those discussion forums. Okay, so if you take a look here, example discussion, introduction discussion. Due on Saturday, May 24th, 8 a.m. Okay, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 3 days to get your initial post done. And then if you want to respond to somebody else by May 26th or that Monday at 8 a.m. Okay, so the same thing goes down for the week two discussion. This one is over chapter two of the book. Okay, by Friday night at 11:30. Okay, you have to have your initial post done, and then you have to have your second response done by Monday morning at 8 a.m. Okay, this gives other people time to reply to, excuse me, to somebody else. Okay, so please be mindful of that. Do not wait until Sunday night to put your initial post on there so that others can have time to respond to that. Okay, so that was coursework. That was discussion forum. The grade book is where you will find, of course, your grades on everything. News and announcements. I will also post information here each week. I'll post the videos. I will post a little note on, what's happening, what's going on, a little review kind of maybe of the video that I share. And so that'll be each week. There'll be some components there. Then also in the resource tab, there are the PowerPoints here as well. And then also some other, excuse me, some other links to South Dakota Department of Ed website, North Dakota Department of Ed website, North Dakota Department of Public Instruction, and the National Board for Professional Teaching Standards, which there'll be some things that we'll reference in those as well. When we talk about those or use those, I will put them in the coursework as well so that they'll be right there in that week that we use them. Okay. That is the coursework in a nutshell. And so the components that I use or the tabs that I use on the side here, and then also also the information for each week. So week one, starting today, 3 assignments that you need to complete by Monday. Okay. And then week two, week three, week four, five, six, all open. If you want to work ahead, I will work to and try to every Sunday night or Monday morning send out a weekly review and information about what we'll be covering each week. I'm not going to do a lecture on each chapter and send out a video on that. In my experience and from conversations with students in previous online classes, it is not something that has been viewed or used quite often. So I'll just do a review of each week and a little maybe answer hopefully some questions you might have about assignments that are coming up. But if you have questions, if you need help, anything, reach out and get a hold of me. Call, text, email, and I will answer and let you know what's going on or help you with your question. Okay. All right. Take care. Have a good first week and let me know if you have any questions. If I can stop the recording.